Hey Kristen, how are you? I was only there for a minute, but it was kind of cool. It was pretty. It was cold as shit. But I really enjoyed the church. The journey within church was very cool. Let me see here. I'm going to share this to my page. Right? Copy. Share now. And then let me go to my page. There's got to be an easier way of doing this, but I don't know. Share this out to groups. So I thought I would get on. My ass has been dragging all day today. I don't know what's going on. I've been on you know what? I've been on antibiotics. My eye flared up. I have this fucked up thing in my eye. So the nurse gave me antibiotics. It's probably stress related, she thinks, but whatever. Either that or maybe it's coronavirus. I don't know. Hey, Jen Nichols, how are you? Hey, Amanda Casada. Hey, Catherine Grunke from Nova Scotia. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Mel Mel. Or May Mel, I don't know. And I said hello to Catherine Grunke. Where did I get these wings? They're attached to my chair. That's where I got them. I got them in Mexico, actually. It's a chair I bought in Mexico. Hey, Donna House and Deacon. And Kay Harmer Holden. And Andrew Giordano, whoever that is. And Gabby Christendoff. How are you? Good evening. So I'm tired. Yes, I did, Andrew. What Andrew's trying to call out is that I told him earlier tonight on the phone that I meditated and masturbated, and I still don't feel better. So, no, I've just been on a run of antibiotics for the last 5 days for my eye, but it's still not getting any better, so I have to go. I'm waiting for a referral to the ophthalmologist. So that's always fun. But, yeah, I've just been kind of like laying low, taking it easy today, and then I don't know. I thought maybe if I got on, maybe that might shift my energy a little bit because I was really, really tired. It doesn't help that I have 3 lazy bulldogs around me that are just snoring and snoring and snoring. But I mean, I love them, but they make me want to go to sleep. And I slept till 1 o'clock today. I mean, not like I got up at 7 and then I did some stuff online, shot the video and stuff like that. And then I went back to bed and I fell asleep till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So now I'm having coffee, which I don't know if that's a wise idea, but I'm just really, my ass is dragging today. Like it's been that way all day long. Like I took a bath, I took a salt bath and cleaned some crystals and got them ready for the full moon tonight. And I'm a total baked potato today. Hey Charlene Southie, how are you? Hey Denise, how are you? Hey Mary, how are you? So, it's a Philadelphia Flyers moon tonight. It's a beautiful orange. Is that what it is? We don't have the moon yet. We have overcast clouds, so I'm probably not going to be able to see the moon from where I am. Just because there's so much cloud cover in the sky. It's been gray all day. That's another reason why I think I've been like dragging sort of slowly. But and my eye is just all messed up. It's really grossing me out. It was getting better with the first of the antibiotics, when the antibiotics first started, and then towards the end, it got really red and inflamed, and I don't know, it's like the antibiotics almost pissed it off, I feel like. So, hi Sound T, how are you? Kelly Talbot, I wanted to say thank you very much. Your gift came today. This was off of the Amazon wish list from Kelly Talbot. You guys, it's the Rebel Deck Couples Edition and the Rebel Deck super excited. So I wanted to say thank you to that, Kelly. That like was the high point of my day today, aside from my broken eyeball and my tired ass behavior. I did manage to drag my lazy ass out to the mailbox, and I found this in the mailbox, and I was really pleased. So thank you so very much. These will be a lot of fun. I'm excited to work with these decks. So I'm going to do unboxing videos for them so that they can be our Oracle deck for maybe next month, because I need a new Oracle deck. All of this universe is loving you stuff it's great, but it's like nobody's listening because we're all like going, oh, I'm going through it, help. So I'm just gonna give you guys some hard love through the Rebel deck. You like that hard love, don't you? Yeah, you like it. Yeah, take it. Happy fall. It's not even fall. Don't fall over. I'm trying not to right now. I'm good, Sal. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But I'm just trying to wake up. Now watch, I'm gonna have coffee and not sleep all night, but I'll just read. I got my first test back. I've been taking these correspondence tests with the SNU, which is the Spiritualist National Union, and I've been learning about the Lyceum, which is the old school. Lyceum is the old school back in the, I guess I want to say the Roman days, where they had schools where they taught children about everything, about art and culture and music and mathematics and science and all of that, and that was the principle of the Lyceum. And then when the spiritualist movement started in the 1800s, they tried to create these schools for children to make them more well-rounded, like soul-based spiritual beings in the third dimension. Well, we're all in the third dimension, not to make it sound like a sci-fi novel, but so the Lyceums are these schools that were created for children to teach them sort of spiritualist principles at a very early age so that they grow up to be more well-rounded adults. And I think it's very cool. So I've been studying that a little bit on a correspondence course, and then I'm going to start my SD1s, which is part of the Spiritualist National Union, just because I want to learn more about the movement. So I'm looking forward to going to Arthur Findlay in August, hopefully, barring that all comes together the way that it's supposed to. I'm a little weirded out because of all of this coronavirus stuff. I don't want to get caught up in it, but I just noticed that the school itself actually closed down to for the Italian week, because they do a different week, throughout the year for different languages spoken, right? So they'll have Italian week, German week, and their instructors will speak those languages. So for Italian week, they actually closed the school because of all of the problems in Italy with the coronavirus, which I think is the responsible thing to do, don't get me wrong. And I think that they handled it quite appropriately, the way that they posted online and stuff. But a friend of mine tagged me to show me it, and I'm just kind of like, oh my God, if that's what they're doing now because of such a crisis in Italy, what could be happening in 5 months from now? I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. Hi, Tammy Sylvester. Hey, Tammy Charo. How are you? Hi, Isis Ulrich. How are you? The coronavirus is nuts. Regardless, I'm getting on a plane in a week. I know, right, Kristen? You're coming here, aren't you? We're gonna go to. Hopefully, this eyeball thing is better. Either that, or I'm gonna have to be an ogre when we go to medieval times, girl. I'm excited. I've never been to medieval times, so it'll be fun. Are you from Italy? You're from Italy, Saum? Is it really as bad as they're saying? They're saying now that they're quarantining the whole country. At least that's what they're telling us on the news. I don't even watch the news anymore because it's too frightening. Oh, thank you, Aura Splendor. Thank you very much. It's just a chair. It's a wooden chair of mine that I found in Mexico and I bought immediately. My eyeball is giving me trouble. See this, guys? Ouch. It doesn't hurt. It's just a sty, but it's gotten worse since the antibiotics. So not much I can do about it other than go see an ophthalmologist and hopefully they can lance it or something. The Netherlands, okay. Alright, so I'm going to do, since tonight is full moon in Virgo, which I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I don't know much about astrology. I know a little bit about this and that and this and there, and I kind of piece together stuff intuitively and what I feel. But a full moon in Virgo is really kind of cool because when I think about full moons, it's all about manifestation and the power of the full moon. It being in the sign of Virgo is a very earthy, kind of semi-critical sign, but also very earthy energy. So it's about you know, crossing our I's and dotting our T's and getting things accomplished is kind of how I feel like the energy of Virgo is. So to me, I think that this full moon in Virgo can help us to sort of complete some of those maybe bigger projects that we want to get done through the smaller stuff that we need to, like, the more critical, smaller pieces that we need to finish off. Like focusing on those things, getting a wizened eye on that, and having that removed from our space and moving forward into the rest of this moon cycle kind of ready to bring it in. That's my idea. I also like that it's an earth sign full moon, and I like that it's my complement to the sign of Pisces. So I'm excited about that. I'm also really fucking happy that Mercury has gone direct. This Mercury retrograde, I do not do bad in Mercury retrogrades. This one kicked my ass. Let's just say that. I was extremely emotional through like the first 2 weeks of it, and then this comes up at the last week of it, and it's just like, damn. And I don't think that this is a direct, this is probably due to the stress of the emotions that I was going through and whatever else. I've just got a lot on my plate. So I'm going to help you guys with what's on your plate, hopefully, tonight. I thought we'd have fun and do a full moon. I just decided to call it a full moon freebie. I'm going to maybe pull some cards for people for like maybe an hour or so and see what's going on. Let's keep it lighthearted, guys. I don't really want to get depressed or sad or pulled down into the depths of everybody else's despair for free. If you want to book a reading, then I'll get in your despair for you. But if you want to keep it cute and kind of mute, I'm open and game to reading some cards for you guys. Some cards from the hat in the yard. I'm going to read some cards from the hat in the yard, if you want, okay? If you don't know, I have ancestors from Boston, from Massachusetts. So, there's that. Donna Gibson's a Gemini. Donna Gibbon, sorry, is a Gemini. Get a Gemini energy. So is Andrew. Andrew's a mess. Hi, Jen Nichols with your cute little unicorns. We don't get cute, we get drop dead gorgeous, says Kristen Ravello over on YouTube. Hey, Spirit Walker Nicole, I like your name. Alright, so for those of you that are new to me, please like my business page. Go through, click through to my business page and give it a like so that you're around. I do these free card nights. I'm actually doing one again tomorrow night. So if you don't get a card pulled tonight, if you get notified when I go live, you can come back and maybe get a card tomorrow or on another Tuesday night. Generally, I do them on Tuesday nights, but I thought since tonight's free full moon night, we'll do it a little bit for a little bit. I know that there's a lot of other people that do normal full moon events, so I don't want to compete with them, so I don't want to be on for a very long time. I'm not trying to take anybody's audience or anything like that, so let's just pull some cards for some folks. I think that the deck that I want to work with, I have so many pretty decks. I think I'm going to work with this one. I want to bring the White Sage in. I don't know why. It's either that or I want to go with Harmonious, the little mini tarot, but I think I'll go with the White Sage tonight. And maybe, you know what we'll do? We'll do the Moonology deck, just for the hell of it. Just since it's a full moon, let's play with Moonology. Alright? Go with the theme. So we have one Oracle and we have one Tarot deck. Does that work for you guys? Oh look! New moon in Pisces, my sign. Meditate and contemplate. Girl, that's what I did earlier. I meditated and then I contemplated somebody that I find to be really attractive. Oh, what a mess. Alright, so if you didn't tune in early in the broadcast, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're going to have to go back and rewatch. Oh, my eye is so ugly. I feel hideously unattractive right now. Not that I feel ever hideously super attractive or wondrously attractive, but this eye thing, I feel like Quasimodo. Like somebody give me a rope so I can ring my bell. Alright. White Sage on a full moon! Molly Alstott, sing it, girl! Sing it! Yes, Molly Alstott. Joanne Altieri says she would love a card. I'm going to give Molly Alstott a card if she'll let me, because she just gave me that White Sage on a full moon! So if you're here, Molly, and you still see me, do you want a card, dear? I'm just gonna wait. I mean, guys, I'm just gonna pick you as I see you, so it doesn't matter how many times you ask. It's a matter of paying attention to me, and when I'm reading, when I stop reading, that's when you probably want to comment, because then I'll see the comments. Just letting you know, because I can't keep up with everybody's comments all the time. So if Molly Alstott, okay, she says, yes, queen, yes. Do you know, Molly, do you know what a gay cow eats? Hey! All right, so let's see what's going on for Molly Alstott with this full moon of Virgo. So you guys, I would refrain from commenting for cards right now as I'm shuffling because I'm not going to read the chat boxes. I'm going to be busy paying attention to the cards right now. So any requests are probably not going to get seen, and you guys are going to feel frustrated and be like, does he even see me? Does he even love me? Oh my god, I get ignored in every chat room I go in. Ah! No, don't melt down, girls. Like, just refrain from commenting. Let me do Molly's reading. Everybody wait patiently in line. This is my Lyceum. I'm teaching you how to be proper chat room etiquette. Alright, let's see what Spirit wants Molly to know, or the cards want Molly to know. And I'm gonna pull a moon card for you too, Molly. I'm just gonna do 2 cards, one for each. And these are gonna be kind of fast readings, ideally. So, hopefully I can move quickly. As you can see, I tend to be a talker, and especially with coffee, I tend to get a little long-winded. So you gotta keep Daddy from doing that. Pull Daddy's finger and keep him moving, okay? Alright, let's see here. Alright, so I'm gonna flip the camera around so we can see Molly's cards. Rear camera? No, oh, that's still from Charm Night. Whoops. Okay, let me fix that. Those are not your cards, Molly. Those would be full decks. Good dear. 1 second. Okay, let me adjust this. I didn't realize that was still... Oh, you know why? Because the daily shot with a different camera. That's why. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 moment. I know you're all patiently waiting. 1 moment. Oops, that's not right. Come here, you little broad. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Alright, so I pulled... Oops. Wait, no. Save. Okay, so I pulled... Does that look good, guys? Does this camera make my cards look fat? Okay, so let me see here. Alright, so here's your tarot card, Molly. So you have the 5 of Wands. Interesting. And then let's look at your moon card. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. I'm not even sure what disseminating means, but that sounds kind of dirty if you ask me. Alright, so let's just say this. The 5 of Wands is always kind of... Wands is the element of fire and sort of the spiritual, you know, the element of spirit, right? When I look at this feels like a lot of attention might be on you right now. The 5 of Wands to me sometimes is about like sort of a friendly competition. When I look at this yellow ribbon wrapping around this one branch with the willow bud on it, right? Because willow branches are what are depicted here in this deck as wands. To me, this feels like you've got something going on, right? That others want from you, or they kind of maybe judge you for. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it just feels like all eyes might be on you right now in this point in your life or career. I'm not exactly sure where this fits in fully, but there's some attention that might be wanted, some of it might be unwanted, but I feel like it's causing you a fair amount of I don't know if this is stress, but you're overthinking things a little bit, right? And that's this yellow ribbon to me. It sort of feels like you're kind of going over thoughts. And the reason why I say that is because we have this take time to breathe out, which is this disseminating moon, right? And disseminating is sort of like, I've used the word disseminating like the disseminating of I need to slow down. I'm tripping over my own tongue. The dissemination of information, right, is the delivery of information, like the distribution of that information. So when I think of this as the disseminating moon, it's sort of probably a moon that's kind of distributing its light out. If we look at this light and the way that it's projecting it out and kind of casting its light out over the forest. When this is take time to breathe out, I feel like that's this too. It's like take time to kind of appreciate what you have and who you are, even if others aren't, or you feel as though you're being judged or watched by others, right? If you're fearful of that or overthinking that, don't allow that, because what I want to say here is you have this bud that others don't. There's like a special quality to you, or a special know-how that you have, a special ability, something about you that like others, some may appreciate it. I don't want you to think that these 4 wands here are all negative and bad. Some will appreciate, disseminate, learn to pronounce verbs, spread something, especially information widely. Health authorities should foster good practice by disseminating information. That's how I use it when you disseminate information. Diffuse, proclaim, propagate, distribute. That's what I said, so I'm not so far off. Circulate. So this is about taking time to breathe out and disseminating out your light in a soft and easy way, versus this yellow ribbon which we're wrapping around ourselves, kind of overthinking things, maybe slightly bordering into the realm of worry, right? We don't want to do that. We want to know that we shine this sort of peaceful, beautiful shine that is in this disseminating moon, right? And this taking time to breathe out is just sort of relaxing and going like, yes, I have the bud. I have sort of the gift, the key, the ability, the thing that everybody's watching. Does that make sense? And so when we do that, and we relax into that, are also this yellow ribbon, which would represent the power of the mind and overthinking, is actually sort of a gift in and of itself too. We have this wonderful ability to think our way through situations and move our way through situations. And so we could just relax and take sort of pride in the fact, or ease in the fact, that we know how to handle this sort of stuff and move forward. And don't let, like, you know, those that are like kind of looking in affect you too much. It's getting a little hot. I'm going to turn off the heater 1 second, guys. Try not to let that get too much in your way. Does that make sense? So, own this willow bud to me, and this yellow ribbon, which represents sort of like the thoughtfulness of your mind or the overthinking of your mind. To me, it feels like own the power of your mind, the strength of your intelligence, own the gift of your growth, and sort of whatever this willow bud may represent to you. There's something special about you that you've worked on, that you've grown, that you've worked through, that you now own, and you're on the other side of it. And there might be people around you kind of going like, how did she do that? Or why did she do that? Or, oh my God, I can't believe that bitch did that. You know what I'm saying? They might have all different kinds of opinions, but that's just their opinions. Don't let them take that away from you, right? And then take that time to breathe out and disseminate out that beauty that is you, the light that is you, like this disseminating moon, and allow it to sort of cast that beautiful glow over all of these, you know, people that, whatever their perceptions may be, let them understand that their perceptions are not stronger than this glow that you have within you. Does that make sense, Molly? I am a smart psychic. Awesome, Molly. Thank you very much, Molly Alstott. Give the page a like if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. Go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe there. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm loving getting subscriptions over at YouTube. This bitch does things. That's what Molly says. Exactly. You show them your willow bud, girl. Do not be ashamed of your willow bud. All right, let me see here. Who? Let me just see here. All right, Iris Ulrich, for all of those unicorns, that's crazy. You'll get a card. So I'm going to do a card for Iris Ulrich. Just because that's like a parade of friggin' unicorns there. Hey, Kayla McCarthy, welcome. You guys, I'm just picking random people. There's so many people chatting that it's hard to see everybody, so I would kind of As I'm shuffling cards, I'm concentrating on the cards. So if you're commenting now asking for cards, I'm not going to see them. Wait until I pause in between readings. That's the best time for me to see your comments. So this is for Iris Ulrich. What does Iris need to know for this full moon in Virgo? Thank you, Spirit. What does Iris need to know for this full moon in Virgo? Oh my God, we have 69 people! Share it out! Catch the coronavirus. We have that magical number 69, I see. All right, let's see. What's going on with Iris? All right, Iris Ulrich, here's your cards. So you are, the Lovers inverted, which I don't know. Let me see if I want to read that inversion. 1 second, let me look. I feel like I do, Iris. I feel like there might be a problem on the love front. There might be some sort of either... If you're single, Iris, you're having trouble finding love, right? But if you are in a relationship, I feel like that relationship is having a time right now, or an issue right now. That's the inversion of this. The Lovers is a major arcana card. It's card number 6, and it represents sort of, the lovers. So kind of like a Romeo and Juliet sort of thing, right? When we're looking at this, though, to me, this feels like there's a lack of compassion or a lack of care that's going on right now. If you're currently in a relationship, there might be a miscommunication that's sort of happening. If you're single, Iris, I'm going to say this. I feel like what I hear, or what I feel like I hear, is that why can't I get this right? Why can't I make this happen? Why am I not ready? Or what is it that I'm doing wrong is sort of the idea with this Lovers being inverted like this, right? Like you're putting it out there that this is what you want and this is what you need, but it's sort of not coming about in the way, or not turning out in the way that you want it to. This card here with the Moonology deck, it says have faith in your dreams, and this is the waxing crescent moon. So to me, this is about, like, I want to ask, where have you forgot, or where have you let go of believing that you deserve, whether you're in a relationship or not, right? Whether you're trying to create a new relationship or you're in one that's having trouble right now. This have faith in your dreams feels like the waxing crescent moon to me feels like it's sort of disappearing or diminishing. And in a way, to me, it feels like, are you diminishing what you need or your shine, your belief in yourself within the relationship or within the creation of the relationship? Is there somewhere that you sort of are forgetting that you deserve this, that you deserve a loving, supportive, compassionate sort of relationship? I want to do a little bit of like sort of card magic and upright this card, because whether or not you have this love yet, or you're trying to create it, I want you to see this card upright. I want you to see this daddy seahorse nurturing the mommy seahorse, right? Like he's caring for her. His snout, or I don't know what you would call that on a seahorse, is touching her third eye. Like they're linked. They're like almost communicating at a more deeper level. And so we want that for you, and you deserve that. And I believe that you need to have faith in the dreams of having that. And I sort of feel like when I look at this moon, it feels like you've kind of lost your shine, or you have not lost it, but you've kind of diminished it or hidden it to a degree. Maybe within the relationship you're in now, or maybe because you've struggled so hard in trying to find a relationship. That is like, because this Lovers card is like this ideal love. It's not like just any guy will do sort of love. This is about like this beautiful ideal type of love, this impactful, deep kind of love. Like that's what you really want. That's what you really desire. Whether you're in a relationship right now and you're getting it is another question. That's why it's sort of inverted, and why I chose to read the inversion. What I think here is I feel like if we're sort of sacrificing parts of ourselves or our shine or our light to accommodate for something in the relationship that's not necessarily working for us, or to create the relationship to happen, right? Like if we're seeking it, we're trying to be something we're not, then we're not having faith in who we are and what we are, and we don't necessarily believe that we're deserving of love. These cards to me say that you are deserving of that love. These cards to me say that you deserve to have that love, and you should give that to yourself. Have faith in that, and allow that too. These flowers here feel to me like allow them to grow, and then you've got these butterflies, which are always signs of transformation, and they're flying up towards the light of that moon. To me, it's like allow yourself to grow that love and that belief in yourself and your dreams, and allow yourself to sort of shine again, transform that light, and bring about that love or that companionship that you seek. Does that make sense? Thank you, Samantha Joan. Does that make, I hope that makes sense, Iris. That's your reading, dear. I don't know where you've gone. She's like, oh fuck. I've disappeared. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa Farr. Alright, so I'm gonna pull these down. I don't know what happened to Iris. She seems to be very quiet. Maybe she's fighting with her partner. Kristen over on YouTube is asking, Moon in Virgo means I should not sacrifice any virgins, right? I always get that confused. If he's really hot, you can sacrifice him. That's all I'm saying. If you meet him in a club, you can sacrifice him and make him an unvirgin on a full moon night. That's okay, Kristen. All right, I want to do one for Kelly Talbot, actually, because Kelly sent me these beautiful decks today. She sent me the 2 Rebel decks off of my Amazon wish list. So, Kelly, if you're here and want a card, he is really hot, Iris. Well, then, you know, but it's, what is it that's blocking it? Something's blocking it, because the card wouldn't come out upside down. Hey, Shatana, how are you? All right, Kelly Talbot. Let's do Kelly really quick, because Kelly did send in 2 decks for you guys, for me, and for you guys to enjoy off of the Amazon wish list. So let's see, what does the moon want Kelly to know over on YouTube? Kelly Talbot. And you guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you would be so kind. And also like the business page. Let me see really quick. I don't even have the links to the YouTube channel. I should get it for you. Here's a link with all of my social media. Follow that Engelgeist link that just got typed in, and that will lead you to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook business page. If you like and hit the notifications bell on both, you'll be notified when I go live. Tomorrow night there will be another live card drawing for the How I Can Help You Hour. So this is for Kelly Talbot. Thank you, Laura. My crystals, if you look back there, there's a bunch. There's a bunch on that table over there too. There's also some all around my house. But those crystals, those big quartz points came from Jess. Jessica Tate. Intuitive Crystals by Jessica, I believe it's called. I can't think of the name of her page. But she has great sale shows every night. Do you know the name of her page, Andrew? Can you put that up? I can't think. It's Intuitive Guidance. What is it called? Intuitive something? Oh, shit. I can't remember. But she sells great crystals, and she's a wonderful woman. And you can usually find me haunting her crystal shows at night. We hang out over there. All right, so Kelly Talbot, here you go. So let's see what's going on for Kelly. So Kelly has the 5 of Cups. We have a theme here, guys. Kelly, okay, let me look at your moon card. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Oh, girl. All right, so what I'm thinking with this 5 of Cups is usually about like seeing a couple of cups spilled over and then having a few cups that are still in place and focusing more on the negative than the bad. But when I'm looking at this 5 of Cups, to me, I'm looking at this cup with the crack, and then this these 4 cups being carried on it. To me, it feels like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders right now, or you might have a little bit of extra responsibility on your shoulders. I don't feel like you're in a bad place per se, but I feel like you've maybe been through a rough patch. This is this crack here. To me, it's making me feel like, oh wow, she's sort of maybe been through a little bit. And again, we have this yellow ribbon running through. And to me, the yellow ribbon always represents sort of mental, even though this is a cups card, which deals with the emotional. So it feels like you're leading more with your mental strength right now to get yourself through this kind of period where you might be carrying a little bit more responsibility. You might be feeling stuff a little bit under the surface. You might be feeling like you might be cracking a little bit, but you're not necessarily. I feel like there's great strength in this card. And I feel like there's strength not only in this cup that's holding up the other cups, but I also feel like there's great strength in this ribbon. Like this ribbon is really you kind of keeping your logical mind straight so that you can kind of work your way through maybe the emotional states and the responsibilities that you're dealing with right now that feel a little bit extra or heavier than normal. Does that make sense? You have been through a lot though. That's this crack. I keep hearing that when I look at this crack. Is you've been through a lot and you can deal with a lot, and remember that as you work through this period, okay? You're able to sort of balance all this, even though you might be doubting yourself a little bit. I feel like your mind is pretty good. This yellow ribbon, it feels like you're able to sort of follow your thoughts pretty clearly, but you're still sort of doubting like, if I drop one of these cups, or if I screw this up. Don't worry. Like, I just want to say that to you. I just feel this like desire to tell you that you've got this, okay? Now, this says to me your commitment is being tested. Well, we can see that in this cup carrying on these other cups. And this is the full first quarter moon, right? So to me, this is the beginning of this cycle, right? The moon cycle is the first quarter moon. So to me, it's like we don't really know the outcome yet. It's too soon to sort of see it. Similar to this card, we're not seeing necessarily exactly where we're heading. That's kind of the this ribbon sort of guiding us in a, how do I want to say? I feel like there's a clarity with the ribbon, but I feel like we don't necessarily know what the outcome's going to be just yet. And that's the nerves. That's the emotionality of this 5 of Cups. We have to trust it. We have to trust our commitment. We have to trust our strength. We have to trust our knowledge. Even if we feel a little chipped or broken from previous experiences, we have to trust that we're strong enough and powerful enough and emotionally stable enough to get ourselves through this, even if we can't see the full journey right now. And that's part of this first quarter moon. That's part of the test. That's part of the clouds that are around the moon here. Is it's like we're only going to show you so much, Kelly, and we're going to expect you to kind of pull it from within yourself to bring it forward and carry it without knowing the full outcome. That's kind of like the test here. But as you get further down the path, you're going to understand more. The moon will sort of come more into like light. You'll be able to see more, understand more, and feel more self-assured. But right now, it's I don't know that I want to call it, well, it is a test, but to me, it's like a challenge to show you your own strength and ability. Awesome, Aura. Thank you for following. Love you as Scott. Who's Scots? Who's from Scotland? Standing stone. You stone toucher, Kristen. All right, so does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Kelly. Thank you, Tammy. I feel like the full moon is what's making me so damn tired, to be honest. Definite theme in the cards tonight of overthinking. And 5s. There's definite 5s. We've gotten the 5 of Wands, we've gotten the 5 of Cups, and we've gotten that yellow ribbon. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Pearl Scott wants a card. All right, let's do Pearl Scott. Pearl Scott, you're up next. What does Pearl Scott need to know? And Denise, I saw that you asked for a card. If you hold on, I'll do you after Pearl, okay? And Shatana, are you still here? Are you still in the room? Hey, Mary Clunan, how are you? Is Shatana still here? Because I saw Shatana ask for a card too. Thank you, Pearl. Pearl says, I love your setup. Thank you. I have a daily forecast, you guys. If you guys don't know it, you should be watching it over on YouTube. All right, so here, Pearl, is your cards. And here's my, let me just put in my, this is all of my social media. You can follow me at AngleGuys333 at YouTube or on Instagram. Using that link, it will lead you to all my links. All right, so let me see here. This is for Pearl Scott. So Pearl, we have the Four of Wands. Ooh, I love this. Let me see what your moon card is. A time for healing. Ooh, get it, Pearl. All right, so I love the purple in this card and then this beautiful lavender ribbon, like totally like tie into one another, right? These are willow branches. Wands deals with the element of fire. Fours always to me are about stability. Like it feels like you're stabilizing your spirit right now. It feels like maybe you've come through a rough patch or it's some sort of learning lesson, some sort of like stretching of your spirit where right now you're kind of actually not recovering from, well, maybe recovering from that because of this time for healing. But there's also this sort of strengthening that I feel like with these four wands. I love how this lavender ribbon is wrapped around and from one wand to the other, almost creating like even more strength amongst the wands. That we have the little the willow buds here, so there's growth that's taken place from the experiences. So if you've just come through a rough patch or you're still in it, I feel like it's about to come to an end, or that's definitely the signal from these cards, is to allow yourself that moment to kind of restabilize, rebalance, just realign yourself and wrap yourself. This ribbon to me feels like it's like almost wrapping ourselves lovingly, wrapping our spirit lovingly, to kind of acknowledge the growth that we've gone through, maybe through extremes or hard circumstances. This time for healing, it's the balsamic moon. I love a good balsamic dressing, so you know, hey, why not? I don't know much about the balsamic moon. I'm sorry, I'm not an astrologer. But I do love the color of this purple, and I love that this feels like, to me, see this little crescent of light here? To me, it feels like this darkness, which would be sort of the learning period, or maybe the shadow work, whatever it is that we've been facing, is about to sort of be shed away. This light is about to spread forward, going in this direction as I'm moving my pointer. This light is going to come forward as we stabilize these four wands. Does that make sense to you, Pearl? So to me, I feel like it may feel transitory to you right now because things haven't quite fully settled yet, but as they continue to settle, allow them to and understand the strength that you have. That's this four. Take this time to kind of heal and honor yourself and begin to sort of emanate that newer, wiser, smarter, stronger, more spiritually in touch light that I feel like is coming from this Four of Wands, right? There's a connectivity here. These beautiful purple ribbon that's wrapping from these four wands. It's like it's connecting ourselves to our stability, to our spirit in some way that is quite healing and needed. All right, Pearl, that's your reading. I hope that worked. It does make sense. Good. Allow and align, says Jennifer Pwetz. Right on. You're welcome, Pearl. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so Lisa Farr, you asked for a card. Oh wait, I promised Denise, and then Lisa on YouTube. So Denise Gracia, are you here? Sam says, "Oh my God, first the sage cards and now the lavender ribbon. I'm drinking that tea." I love it, Pearl. Thank you. I love all the stars and hearts. Yes, Lisa, you'll go after Denise. I think Denise is still here. You lost sound, Denise? All right, I'm going to do your cards really quick. Where does Denise Gracia need to know? And Shatana's not here? Is that the thing? Did Shatana leave? Yeah, these are your cards, Denise. Happy full moon to you too, Mona. I've got a few people lined up, so just give me a moment, Mona. I can't guarantee. I'm just picking people as I see them. So right now I'm doing Denise and then Lisa, and then possibly Sam before they drink their tea. All right, so these are Denise's cards. So for Denise, oh, we have the Nine of Pentacles inverted. What's going on? That's weird because everything's upright. What the fuck? The fuck? Okay. Nine of Pentacles is generally abundance, Denise. Let me look at this other card and see really quick. Okay, your commitment is being tested. It's that first quarter moon. Wait, was that the first quarter moon? Did that show up with the other one too? No, that did not. That showed up with the Five of Cups. Okay, so this Nine of Pentacles feels to me, Pentacles deals with the idea of material wealth, and our full moon tonight is in Virgo. So it's all about sort of the manifestation of like material wealth, I would think, just this being an earth sign card too. It should line up. But to me, I feel like there's some sort of block happening here. We have this like multicolored ribbon down here that we can't even see because of the wooden brick. But I feel like when I look at this, I feel like how much responsibility have we put on ourselves in our work? To me, it feels like these are stacked up in such a way, Denise, that it feels like maybe dangerous, similar to that Five of Cups card, right? Where she had those cups balancing on her emotionally in Lisa's reading. To me, this feels like we've got everything lined up. We've worked really hard to get here. We've put all of this stuff together, right, in this Nine of Pentacles, and we should have this abundance and feel good. But for some reason, it's not quite connecting. That's the inversion. Like it's not like we're almost not able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Like we've worked really hard, and now we have it all going, and maybe we're a little bit too tired. Or like you're like, God, can I keep this up? Like I've worked so hard to get this all here, and now it's like I'm fucking exhausted. Is sort of like the feeling that I get. Or like to me, it feels like the abundance is there, and we can enjoy it. But there's like pressure. I'm keeping it upside down for a moment. Like I feel like these sand dollars are weighing down on each other. Like we've stacked them so high. Like in my mind's eye, I see that idea of the plate spinner, right? Where you spin one plate at the end and then you spin the next one on the sticks and then you get down to the other end and you spin the last one and then you got to run back to the first and keep spinning that plate. And it sort of feels like that to me. It's an abundance, but it's almost like the abundance has become like too much responsibility in some way for you. And then here we have this, your commitment is being tested, and again it's this idea of not being able to see the rest of the path, not really knowing the rest of the plan, not really sort of seeing the full scope of where we're heading. We're in the first portion of this is the first quarter moon. The clouds are beginning to part and the light's beginning to dawn on us, and we're starting to see that all of this work that we're putting in is not necessarily bringing us about the payoff that we thought that we were gonna receive. It's like we're almost getting, it's either one of two things. It's either we're too tired to enjoy it, you know, and now we've got to keep up that momentum of keeping it going, or we're in fear of like not being able to keep it going. Does that make sense? Like there's something that's blocking us. It's either being tired or being in fear. And so this is where your commitment to what you've sort of produced and all the hard work that you've put in is being tested. Yeah, Aura, it's right. That's my cat Sven. And it is good luck when the cat shows up. Does that make sense, Denise? I mean, I feel like you've worked really hard to get where you're at, but now it's like you're kind of stressed out with all that you've got. It's sort of the feeling that I get from these cards. All right, I'm going to pull these down and go to Lisa. Tiffany Ann says, I feel like the reading for Pearl was for me too. Now I want you to read me too. I love your card decks. Can you share the decks with me? I'll rewatch you if you already did earlier. I'm so glad I came across you. Love when stuff works out like this. Thank you, Tiffany Ann. Tiffany Ann, here is my social media link. It will take you to all of the decks that I use on my YouTube channel. I have deck unboxing videos where you can use the links to purchase the decks. They're Amazon affiliate links. I get a small portion of the sale if you choose to buy the deck. But all of those are in my deck unboxings on my YouTube channel. So it'll tell you about all the decks that I use. And my daily forecast is over there. So you can see the daily forecast plus my monthly tarot scopes. All of that stuff is there. All right, so now we're going to Lisa. Lisa Farr. What does Lisa need to know? And welcome, Tiffany Ann. YouTube is going out, in and out, is it? Hey, Jen DeFiore, how are you? The Hot Mess Express. Girl. Honey, I was riding the Hot Mess Express for like the first 2 weeks of the retrograde. I almost blew an eye out, girl. Like, literally. I'm dealing with it now. I see you, Lisa. I know you're there. Okay, so these are Lisa's cards for Lisa Farr over on YouTube. So we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, girl. So, like, what are we spying on, girl? Girl, what are we unsure about? To me, I look at this queen and she is not having it. She is like, oh, not today, boo. I love this card because it's depicted with this sort of mountain lion or this puma. It's Puma Thurman. And she is the queen, right? She knows her stuff. She's strong, she's silent, she's deadly, right? But she's not like drawing her sword just yet. She has her sword in repose, right? She's holding it behind her. She's kind of assessing the situation and making sure she knows all the details before she goes forward and makes a clear, concise decision. I always feel that with the Queen of Swords. The Queen and King of Swords, it's always about decisive decision-making situations, right? Like clearly drawing a line in the sand and being like, this is it. To me, I always feel like with this particular card, it always feels like there's this pause that takes place before we make that decision, where there's a gathering of information. If you look at her, she's got this kind of like face of like she's taking in all the facts, checking all the names and making sure that she has all the facts before pouncing or making a decision and making like using her sword to kind of lay down the law, right? There isn't a power to this card and an authority to this card, so I don't feel like there's any worry that's going on. To me, it just feels like there's an energy of like crossing our I's, dotting our T's, like making sure we know exactly why everybody in a situation is doing what they're doing and why before making our decision and our move. Generally, the Queen of Swords, though, when she makes a move, is always a smart move, right? You're going to make the best educated move. You're not going to be the first one to like blurt it out and make a mistake. Listen to this. Don't let pride get in your way. And you have full moon in Leo. All right, so I love that we have a Puma and we have a Leo. We have two big cats on the board. So a lot of fierce, sort of king of the jungle energy to me. Full moon, and we have the full moon tonight. This says to me that it's ripe for big opportunities. This don't let pride get in your way also speaks to this idea of there's a power with this queen that as you hold back, be careful with some of your thoughts or your words if you express them. This is the pride. Don't let your pride get in the way. If you express some of the things that you notice, right? Or some of the things that you see other people do that you maybe got issue with or that might upset you, be careful how you do it. Only because it could create, I don't want to say a problem for you per se, but it might hurt somebody else in a way that you're not necessarily meaning to do, because Leo is generally a very sort of loving sign, and Leos don't necessarily go around trying to hurt people. So when I think about this full moon in Leo, this feels like it has the capacity, because the lion is the king of the jungle and it being a full moon, to kind of have a huge effect on somebody. Whatever it is, whatever mental notes or whatever sort of study you're doing right here before making a decision, when you decide to use this sword and lay down the law, so to speak, do it in a way that's tactful and in a way that's like careful versus like egoic. We don't want like our ego getting in the way and hitting them with that, because that could not only, I don't want to say harm them, but like you could crush somebody in a way, is sort of what I'm feeling. Only because there's so much strength in both of these cards that like I almost want to say, like, Lisa, you don't know your own power. Be aware of your own power in the next, say week or two when dealing with others, especially people that might be like annoying you, because this Puma looks like she's like, okay, bitch, what are you up to? I'm watching you. Do you see that? And so, and you know what you deserve. Like this is like the Leo full moon and the Queen of Swords, right? So you know that you deserve like authenticity. You know you deserve respect. You know you deserve sort of to be honored. There's no doubt in that in your mind, but just be careful not to let your pride sort of lead, or the ego sort of lead when dealing with whatever the situation may be, because you could I kind of get the feeling like really hurt somebody. Do it with love. That's really a good idea. Two cats, exactly, Kristen. Hi, Ivana. Good night. So I'm gonna say, just do it with like, there's a cautiousness here, but this full moon kind of feels like when you are ready, just be careful how you deliver whatever it is you're about to deliver. Because that full moon energy in Leo, it's gonna be bigger than life to begin with. And why is Mufasa in the moon? Exactly. Meow. All right, so let's do Psalm over on YouTube. Psalm T. Sandra Kirkpatrick's all, and hi, and I'm a Leo. All right, Psalm T. Let's see what we're doing there. What does Psalm T need to know? Oh, Soom? Sorry, Soom. Now Soom's gonna bust me for mispronouncing their name when they're asking for free cards. Really, Soom? Do you want me to assume how to pronounce your name? I'm just kidding, Soom. Alright, let's see what your moon card is. You're welcome, Lisa. Definite power cards for you, Lisa. Like, it feels like a very empowered kind of period after this full moon, so use it wisely. I know you're grateful, Zoom. I'm just teasing you. All right, let's see what's going on for Zoom. And let's start with the tarot. Oh, beautiful. Look at that Ace of Wands. Ooh, I love it. All right, so Ace of Wands to me is always about it. Like, first off, it's the element of fire and the element of spirit. This is a very inspired card. To me, this wand looks like it's sort of blowing in the breeze, like it's being carried. And it being the element of the spirit, to me, this really rings into this space of faith, right? And all of these beautiful buds are growing. And I love this pink ribbon, like kind of blowing around it. To me, this is like healing, right? This pink ribbon is about love, about the heart chakra, about really appreciating oneself in new and sort of inspired ways at a deeper spiritual level, right? So I really like this as your tarot card because to me it feels like your relationship with self right now hopefully is really good. Or if it's not, it's about to become really good because there's a definite appreciation and a beauty that is in this card that I see. When I look at it also, it feels like the wand is, oh, the cat's rubbing its luck against my leg. When I look at this card, I feel like this wand is sort of so delicate and beautiful, but yet it's full of buds, right? It's like got all of this knowledge and growth, and there's a delicateness to it, right? But also a strength. So in our like most spiritual, like sort of softest, maybe vulnerable even nature, we can actually be sometimes at our most strongest point. And I kind of feel that with this card. Let's look at your moon card. Your moon card is bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. When I think about this, bring love into the situation, I think about this pink ribbon. And this feels like self-love, right? This feels like an appreciation of self because this ribbon is just sort of like wrapping up from the ground up and wrapping around this beautiful ribbon. And so this bringing love into a situation, it almost looks like, do you see the symbol of Aquarius, how she's pouring water? She's the water bearer. It almost feels like she's pouring water to feed this willow. Do you guys see that, or am I crazy? Do you see how she's tilting her bottle like there would be water pouring right here onto the ground to grow this willow? Does that make sense, or am I crazy, guys? Do you see that? Anyways, the new moon in Aquarius, to me, this is all about sort of a new relationship to self. Also with this Ace of Wands, to me, this is about the fresh perspectives, the inspired thought, the inspired relationship to self. We're building a whole new relationship, a whole new opportunity to shine in a whole new different way. Like this new moon is bringing about exactly that, a new moon. Hey, Janet Moore at Clifton. So, to me, it's sort of bringing, you're nurturing it, right? You're bringing love into the situation. You're actually using this like Aquarian energy where the water's pouring forth and you're feeding this relationship to self and then embracing it and loving it even more. And as you do that, this light of the moon starts to open up and you start to understand yourself even better at deeper, more spiritual levels that bring about more love in your life, not only from yourself to yourself, but from yourself towards others and then from others towards you. Okay? This is a really beautiful reading. I love this, and I love the pink and the purple. Two really lovely. Like, to me, the purple represents sort of like your 7th chakra too, and this represents your heart chakra, so it's like your knowing and your love. Although I might be crazy, I do see it says Anita Eland. Thank you for confirming that, Anita. Do you see that? It looks like she's actually pouring water to feed this growth. I think it's beautiful. The cards are like connected. And yes, and Soom says, I'm trying my best. Yes, thank you. Keep doing it, Soom. And even if, like, what I want to say here is this moon here is very much just a very thin sliver because it's a new moon, right? We're building a new relationship to ourselves through this Ace of Wands, right? And wands is the element of spirit. So we're talking about a new deepening understanding of who we are in spirit and appreciating that and growing that and like imbibing that with love, and then allowing this moon to sort of reveal itself to us. This new cycle of who we are and what we know and how we connect to ourselves will begin to come more and more into being and light, and we'll be able to see it more and understand it more and appreciate it more and grow it more, and then it becomes this full moon, and then it's like powerful, right? So just keep on this track because these cards are beautiful together. All right. Anita Lynn Elan, you can have a reading. It says, I would love a reading if you have time. And yes, it is very beautiful. I do see it. Whatever is going on with this new moon, it has me so tired. As soon as it got dark, I was compelled to crawl in bed. Girl, I have been tired all day too, Anita. So let's do some cards for you really quick. What does Anita need to know with this full moon in Virgo? Please like the stream, guys, and like my business page. Follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like. I will be doing this again tomorrow night if you didn't get a free card. Let's see what's going on with Anita. Andrew. Girl, you're beyond help, Andrew. Alright, what's going on for Anita? What does Anita need to know? I need to know! I need a card! That should be your drag name, Anita. I need a card. I need a reading. Jen DiFiore, you can quite very much possibly be next if you don't mind holding out. Oh yes, Andrew's reminding me, Friday night is charm night too, you guys. If you want a charming, you can check out my charm videos on YouTube. They are $25 each. It's a way that I make money doing this channel. They're a great fun way to get readings. It'll be this Friday night. You can use the Engelgeist link to pre-reserve if you want a spot, but for those of you that are new, you can go and check out my charm videos and see those readings there and get examples and see if it's something that you would enjoy. All right, so this is for Anita Elan. All right, Anita, your tarot card is the Devil. Girl, ooh, that is that slothy, tired energy that you were talking about in your post just a moment ago. And it's okay, the Devil's not a bad card, right? The Devil is about challenging us. The Devil is about us facing things that we don't necessarily want to see. The Devil can also represent as sloth, laziness, inactivity. It can also be like things like alcoholism, drug abuse, that sort of thing, or just kind of behaviors that we know that we don't want to be doing, but we continue to do them because they could give us some sort of easy out, or you know, they're like familiar, you know, like they can be I don't know, like smoking or eating too much or eating shitty food and then feeling bad about it afterwards, but in the moment it made us feel good, right? It can be about acting out with drugs or alcohol. But what the Devil represents is this opportunity to learn. It's always about like sort of temptation. And the Devil always likes to keep us kind of in a state of doubt of ourselves, right? The Devil is a major arcana card, so this says to me that right now you're in a period of big learning, Anita. That there's something that you probably need to let go of or not partake in anymore. I don't necessarily think, and this could be something as simple as like, you know, maybe procrastination, right? It doesn't have to be something major like drugs and alcohol or you know, addictive. It can be things like procrastinating too much because we're too fearful, or you know, like sometimes for me, I get too tired and I will choose to lay in bed and waste the day because I'm just too tired. And that's me being sloth-like, right? One of the 7 deadly sins, right? So you have to be mindful of that. And I'm just as guilty of it as the next person. Or I'll eat like, you know, food that I'm not proud of eating and misfeed myself to sort of comfort myself, right? But that's how the Devil card works, is he's there to show us. is not necessarily a bad thing. And I love how with this card, the way that it represents is this sort of snake, which snakes to me are always about transmutation. So to me, this is about the devil's almost challenging us in this card to, you know, if you want this apple, you can have the apple. And the apple's like the temptation, right? But the snake is going to be there to teach us to sort of how we transmute this energy, right? The devil doesn't necessarily want us to be able to transmute it, but it is an opportunity to transmute it. To take something that was once a negative or that held us back or pinned us in a corner and work our way through it so that we can be challenged by it, face it, become stronger from it, and get beyond it, right? And these are usually, because it's major arcana, this is usually a fairly significant thing in our life. So this opportunity with this full moon, I think, could be a big opportunity for you to challenge yourself in getting away from something that's no longer serving you. Ah, look at this card, guys. I'm not kidding. What do you need to release? All right, so I just got done talking about how the devil's about letting go of that stuff, working through it and like letting it go. And then your moon card is the waning moon. What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? I love that we have this snowy like background with this, right? And the waning moon is sort of like, you know, the moon that's kind of going away, right? It's no longer building, it's deteriorating. To me, that's the letting go of whatever the bad habit is here that's getting in our way. Okay? And we all have bad habits. This is not a critical reading for you, Anita. This is about embracing who you are in the moment and allowing yourself to sort of move through whatever things or hurdles that you deal with that have in the past held you back. Right now, with this full moon, it's a great time to move forward in trying to be productive, not judge yourself. Don't let the devil hold you in. Right? The devil wants you to sort of judge yourself. Ah, you shouldn't have eaten that piece of cake. Ah, you shouldn't have taken that extra nap. Ah, you should have gotten up and been more productive today. You know, that's the devil's voice, right? But it's there to sort of teach us, right? It's there to challenge us. It's there to piss us the fuck off. Until we start to realize, wait a second, that voice is not assisting me, it's actually harming me. And then we can release that fucking voice out in the snowstorm and leave it out there to die, right? So I love this card. I love that this is what you need to release. So that is your reading, my dear. I hope that makes sense. Or Splenda says, I don't like snakes. Yuck. Sandra Kirkpatrick, there's a ton of witches in our group. Trust. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa Farr over on YouTube says, you are on it, Dan. In my belief, they say when someone dies in a dream, he's going to live long. I really hope he gets better. I missed the first comment on that. Lots of new people, Janet. We had about 79 in the room earlier. It was crazy. All right, so that's your reading, Anita. So I'm going to let that go, okay? So where's Jen DiFiore? Bye, Gabby. Thank you, Anita. She says, oh my God, you were right on the money. Thank you. Awesome. Blessings to you too, dear. Is Jen DiFiore still here? And anybody who doesn't get read tonight, if you guys like the business page and follow it, hopefully on another night, tomorrow night will be the How I Can Help You Hour. I'll be doing more free cards then. And if you follow the business page, you'll be notified when I go live. Okay, Jen's here. Perfect. All right, Hot Mess Express, Jen. Let's see what's going on for Jen. What does Jen need to what does Jen need to know for this full moon in Virgo? Yeah, I can see you, Jen, dear. And if you guys are interested in booking a private reading, I'm always available for that too. You can message me at the business page. I can answer any questions. Private readings are done. They're payable via PayPal and done over the phone via either PayPal video or either Facebook video, or I just call you through Facebook. It's pretty easy. So that's always available and a great way to support me because this is my business. So I do these free nights just as gifts to you guys, but they're also to show you guys my reading style so that if you guys feel as though I might have some help for you intuitively, if you feel like I might be the guy that might be able to help you answer some questions, you're more than welcome to book me for readings. Wow, all the cats are coming in. Hi, Kamara. What are you doing, baby? What's the matter? Kitten? What's going on, Daddy? Alright. So these are for Jen Di Fiore. Let's see what Jen's got. Jen's got the Knight of Wands. A lot of Wands energy tonight, guys. So he's not having it, I feel like. I feel like he's a little bit disturbed and perturbed. I feel like he's over it a little bit, Jen. I would go so far as to say that you're a little disgruntled right now. The Knights are always about sort of protection, service, doing the right thing, that sort of thing. And I feel like maybe you have done the right thing in a situation and it's not been acknowledged or validated, is my feeling. And I feel like you might be hurt by that. When I look at this little hawk, he looks like he's kind of side-eyeing me a little bit, like, how dare you, bitch? It's kind of how I feel like he's looking at me. I don't know what's going on in your life, but to me, this representing as the Knight of Wands feels like you've been hurt at some level. It's not that I don't like the card, but I don't like the vibe that I'm getting from the card in the sense that I feel like you tried to do the right thing and maybe people didn't acknowledge what you did for them or how you did it, or you're not being acknowledged by those close around you, and because of that, you're a little bit put out. Like you might be carrying a little bit more, similar to like those other readings where we saw that Five of Cups and things, you might be carrying a little bit more responsibility or weight and have been of service to others that are like sort of not acknowledging what you've done. And because of that, you're a little bit upset or a little bit disgruntled is probably a good word, right? And that to me feels like it's messing up your energy, your sort of flow. This being a Wands card to me feels like, that being the element of spirit, it's kind of affecting you in your energy and how your energy distributes out, like what you're putting out, right? And I feel like also I get this sense that this Knights are kind of quiet state, people. And to me, it feels like you're not voicing your dismay. You're holding it in for some reason, is the feeling that I get from this. All right, so let's look here. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Okay, so Taurus is a very strong sign, very earthy. I like that it's also similar, tonight we've got this full moon in Virgo, so we have new moon in Taurus. It's kind of the opposite side of the moon spectrum, but it's also in the same element of earth. When I look at this Taurus, though, I think of the stubbornness of Taurus, and I'm thinking that there might be a little bit of stubbornness going on in this Knight of Wands. This prosperity lying ahead, to me, let me just see what's going on here. It's interesting, too, because we have this green all around this Taurus, and then these feathers look kind of greenish to me. I want to say, when I look at both of these cards, Jen, it feels like prosperity lies ahead is a good thing, right? But I feel like between this Knight being sort of perturbed and tight-lipped and this Taurus here, I get this sense that you might be being a little bit stubborn. That you're not seeing, that's this like new moon, like the darkness of this new moon. You're not seeing, you're only focusing on maybe where you've not been acknowledged, and you're not seeing that what's coming. Like all the hard work that you've put in, you need to like give yourself more credit for and not be like expecting it from outside sources, because they're maybe not going to see it. And yes, you've worked like the bull, right? You've had to work hard and be strong. But what you need to like acknowledge or like place your attention on is that you are the Knight of Wands, that you have worked hard, that you are strong like this, strong like bull. But You are strong, like this Taurus energy, right? But the new moon is always about new endeavors and new beginnings. So we've put in this hard work at the beginning. We've still got to let this moon open up to bring forth the prosperity that lies ahead. And so I think that before that prosperity gets here, we want to shift your attention from the outside world and their validation and put it back onto you and your validation of yourself. There's a very honorable aspect to this Knight of Wands and this Taurus energy. It's that sort of, that, how do I want to put this? Like, it's that methodical, um, step by step, really putting your back into it kind of energy that I feel like is beautiful, but you're not acknowledging it your own self. You're too busy going well, why didn't they notice that I did this? Why am I not getting honored here? Why do they not see the things that I do for them? And what you're missing is you're missing all of the stuff that you've actually done. And as you're missing it, or as you're not acknowledging it because you're focusing on the people that aren't acknowledging you, you're kind of slowing down this prosperity thing, I feel like. You want to be focused on what's good and positive and right now. And I think that you are to a degree, but you're sort of like this Knight of Wands feels like he's like, well, why don't they see me? So I feel like give yourself a pat on the back. These are really, again, two really strong cards, similar to Lisa's two cats that she had. I feel like this falcon and this bull are really strong animals. The falcon, to me, is about quick eyesight. The bull is strong and can carry the weight of the moon on its horns. I mean, you make these jokes like when you came in the room tonight, you're like, oh, I'm on the Hot Mess Express, can I get some cards? I don't feel like this is Hot Mess Express energy at all. I feel like it's almost like you need other people to acknowledge the things that you do so that you can kind of then validate yourself. And that's this green energy around this Taurus, is the healing energy of acknowledging your own strength and your own ability. Yes, maybe you can be stubborn, but this is about letting go of that stubbornness and acknowledging all the hard work you've put in, and even if those around you don't acknowledge it, that doesn't matter as long as you do. And then let the prosperity come forward. You're second guessing your career now? No. You guys also hit the like button too, please, if you don't mind, especially those of you that are over on YouTube. If you could hit the thumbs up button while you're watching, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps my algorithms. Nighthawk. Wow, you sound cool. Are you a superhero? I love your name, Nighthawk. All right, let's do one for. I want to do one for Nighthawk because I like Nighthawk's name. If Nighthawk wants a card, and then Tiffany Ann, you're still here, and I liked what you said earlier, so I'd love to do cards for you too, Tiffany Ann, if you don't mind. Nighthawk, are you still here? Or are you putting on your tight superhero pants? Nighthawk on Facebook. Are you putting on your face mask? You're welcome, Jen. Andrew says bulge. I don't even... It's a childhood nickname. Okay, cool. All right, I'm just being silly with you, Nighthawk. I just think it's cool. All right, so are you a dude or a female, Nighthawk? I'm just wondering. So I can picture you and You should have superhero pants first. Well, let's find out if you're gonna get some. All right, let's see. What do the cards want to say to Nighthawk for this full moon in Virgo? Well, that's what I was thinking. It's like Nighthawk from X-Men. Oh, Dana. Okay, it's a female. That's okay though, Dana. No bulge for Dana. Well, Dana has bulges. They're just further up the body. But that's fine. You can still be a superhero in our book. I'm just a big old queen, so when I think of superheroes, I get like comic book fantasy going. So, all right, let's see what's going on for Nighthawk. It's either that or I think about my router. I have a Nighthawk router. Alright, let's see here. Okay, Nighthawk. And Tiffany Ann, are you still here? Alright, Nighthawk, you ready? Here we go. So Nighthawk is the King of Cups. Oh, I love this little card. He's so cute. I love the otters when they show up. So the Cups cards are all represented. The courts are all represented by otters in this deck. King of Cups is always about sort of having kind of come to completion with our emotions, right? Cups is about the element of water and emotions. And as I sit here and have my coffee, I look at this sweet little otter on his back having his coffee. And I feel like now is a time for you after this full moon or going into this full moon with this retrograde period ending. Now is a time for you to sort of sit back and relax and understand. Like you said it yourself, you're like, I do deserve a pair of superhero pants. Dana, you do. And I feel like that's what this card is saying to me, is this idea that you've worked hard, you understand your worth, you understand your value, and this is definitely at an emotional level too, where it feels settled to me. I like that he's laying on his back with this cup of coffee. He's sort of just leisurely looking at us and just sort of going like, yeah, bitch, I'm the king. What are you going to do about it, right? To me, this is a period of rest for you, if anything, and a period of enjoyment. Just a peaceful enjoyment is what I'm getting from this card right now. King of Cups is always about sort of love and can be about fun, kind of sometimes flirting, that sort of a thing. But I feel like this is about just really appreciating yourself and all the work that you've done, feeling very complete with that, feeling very at peace with it. Let's see what your moon card is. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So as we've seen this card already before, as this is as he's resting, right, or like laying on his back and just sort of relaxing, we're allowing the energy to gain momentum, it feels like, with this card, right? And we have the waxing moon, the moon's starting to build, the energy's beginning to build. So coming in, I would say, coming in off of this full moon, it's fair to manifest or do whatever you need to do with this full moon cycle. I think it's a good time to do it. I think that this energy of this feeling, to me, this feels very complete and content emotionally. And allow that energy to gain momentum and build and build and build. And I feel like it's strange, but I want to say like this moon cycle is all about bringing that in and allowing that to build from this full moon until the next. I don't know why I want to say that. That's weird. Because this authority that he has, right, him being the king, and the peace that he has, as you allow that peace to sort of gain momentum and grow over this next moon cycle, over like say the next, however, from full moon to full moon, it's gonna be like, by the next full moon, it's gonna be so much bigger or better for you. And that's all of this pink, these shades of pink to me. It goes like from dark to purple to pink to pink to pink to pink to pink, right? It's like this healing sort of, from darkness to like sort of this healing that's taking place. I really like this. Like to me, it feels like this is about, there's no worries here with him. He's not afraid of being on his back, on his belly, being vulnerable. He's relaxing. He's enjoying himself. He's comforting himself. He knows what he deserves. He knows what he's worked for. He knows what he's worth. And knowing that going into this moon cycle and following it through, allowing that energy to gain momentum is only going to serve you as you move forward. Okay, Tiffany Ann is here. Good. So that's your reading. I mean, it's not like all of that pivotal, but to me, I feel like there's actually like a nice contentment to it. And as long as you sort of focus on that contentment and really, I don't know, like relish it, allow it to gain momentum, it will build. Ah, the shift is finally coming. It's perfect. Okay, good, good. It feels like this, from this moon to the next, while this energy gains momentum, it's going to have an impact next moon cycle. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't know why I feel that, but I don't normally do like full-on future predictions like that. All right, so let me pull these down and let's get to Tiffany Ann. You're welcome. Thank you, Nighthawk. Please like the business page if you feel so inclined. All right, so this is for Tiffany Ann. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Sandra Kirkpatrick says, yes, I love his humor. It'd be fun to have a party or night out with Dan. Good night, Lisa. All right, what is Tiffany? Okay, Tiffany Ann, here we go. So you have the Four of Cups. Beautiful. So this card in this deck always makes me think of, and I'll just point it out to you as we go, the mind, the body, and the spirit sort of all working together, pouring together in unison, this beautiful golden energy into one sort of experience, right? Fours always represent the idea of stability, and cups is the element of water and that of emotions. So when I look at this, it feels like there's a definite like emotional stability that's taking place for you, or a kind of a synchronization of the three components of ourselves sort of coming together, of mind, body, and spirit, sort of, and then pouring together into the emotional body, right? So that they can kind of feel good, feel stable, feel like golden. So like this orange color to me is, it's sort of a golden orange, right? But orange is always energized, right? It's like that vital sort of lovely color full of energy and oomph. And so this is the coming of spring, right? So we might feel ourselves feeling a little bit revitalized as spring comes around. But this is about our emotions sort of coming together within our mind, our body, and our spirit, and all being poured together into the emotional body at a really like beneficial level. I want to say, this is going to sound silly, I'm starting to get tired, so my words are not coming out quite as well, but I want to say sort of like, to me this feels like nourishing, or like, I want to say like nourishment to the body, or to the emotional body, is this liquid that's pouring forth from the mind, the body, and the spirit, like the three sinking together and lining up and stabilizing our emotional self. Maybe we haven't felt so emotionally stable in the past, or we've been going through emotional swings. To me, this feels like that's coming to an end, and there's like a lining up that's taking place for you. If it's not already happening, it's about to happen, but that's definitely what this card is about. And you'll begin to feel it at the emotional level, right? You're starting to, like, your thoughts are getting in line, your body's getting in line, your spirit is getting in line, and emotionally you're beginning to feel that. And to me, that's the stability that's taking place. So let's look at this. Conclusions are within reach, the full moon eclipse. So again, I'm going to say this. Maybe you've come through some mood swings, some harder times. These are the conclusions that are coming in, that are within reach, right? That's this forest that I see here. And it's funny that we have this orange pouring forth and we have this very orange moon, right? Do you guys see that? That connection there of the color? And so this gold or this orange color that we see pouring forth emotionally, that feels sort of stable and wonderful and nourishing, is also what sort of lights our path during our darkest hour, right? And so these conclusions that are within reach, that's this lining up of these three coming together to pour forth into this fourth cup of, like, sort of wholeness or feeling whole and complete. We've maybe dealt with, like, sort of some struggles. That's these tree branches to me, right? Being sort of stuck in the forest or in the dark, trying to find our way out of situations or things that haven't really served us. But it feels like we're getting to that place where those conclusions are coming into reach, and as we're doing that, we're starting to feel the blending of our Holy Trinity, the mind, body, and spirit, and then emotionally that feeling is starting to stabilize within us emotionally on all three of those levels. And as that happens, those emotions begin to eclipse, right, and start to become this full moon eclipse, which sort of lights our way through any other sort of struggles or difficulties that we might still be in, that we need to get past or beyond. But to me, I feel like with this last row of trees that we're looking at here, we're at the very end of whatever challenges we've been facing. We've done the work, certainly emotionally, but this says to me that we've done the work and we're ready for something, like, better, that feels better emotionally. And we're ready to sort of, like, be in charge of finding that. That's that moon there. Yeah, I'm liking it too, Nighthawk. It's been weird. My decks always do this. I choose 2 different decks every month. If you go back and watch my daily forecasts, I've had decks where I choose them and then they kind of blend together. And it's really weird because I'm not super familiar with all of these decks. Tonight is the first night that I've used these 2 decks together, and they're just doing this. And it's something that happens with me in my decks is I start to play with one Oracle deck and one Tarot deck, and the art starts to blend together. It's really strange. So I don't know why it does that, but it does that. Oh, you're welcome, Tiffany. You're very, very welcome. I loved how you came into the room and what you had to say. And I just want you to know that if you are struggling, if there's still a few struggles that maybe you're not in the clear yet, this glowing, beautiful moon is this energy that we see pouring forth, right? This stability, this emotional stability that we've brought to ourselves, that we've learned through the hard times, right? And that's going to be what lights our way through this last bit of whatever we need to get beyond or deal with. Hey, Heidi Phillips. You're welcome, Tiffany Ann. You're welcome, Jen DeFiore. I think I'm gonna end it on that. I think that's it for tonight, guys. I've been on for a little bit and I'm getting kind of tired, so I don't like to read when I'm tired because then you guys just get crap readings. But anybody that didn't get a reading, you guys feel free to like the business page and hit the notification bell, or use this link here, and you can follow my YouTube channel. Subscribe there and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I go live. I do live charm nights on Friday nights, and I do card pulls on Tuesday nights. Tonight was just a freebie night because it's a full moon, and so I was feeling super tired, and Andrew was like, get the hell online. Thank you, Karen Jones. They are lovely cards. And these decks, you guys, if you're interested in these decks, another way to support my channel is if you go to my YouTube channel, there's unboxings of all of the decks that I use, different videos for each deck. And in the video descriptions is Amazon links. If you click that link and purchase the deck through that link, I get a small percentage of the sale from Amazon. So that's a way to support the channel. You can also support me by just liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing to either the business page, following me at Instagram. I'm not a huge Instagrammer. I don't really know how to Instagram very well, but I try. And then, what's the other thing you can do? Oh, I have a Patreon page. If you want to go there and subscribe, the daily forecast. If you subscribe at the very first level, which is $3.33 a month, which is about 13 cents a reading every day, you get the daily forecast a day early. And then there's other levels and different readings that are available over there on Patreon, pick-a-cards and things like that. I also pick-a-cards on the YouTube channel. So you guys can go check out your horoscopes are over there. I do taroscopes for your signs. Those are on the YouTube channel right now under the fire signs, water, earth, and air. There's also 2020 taroscopes for your sign for the entirety of 2020. So you could check those out for the yearlies and see if your first 3 months, since we're already in March, came true or not. Maybe I was accurate, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. I would love to hear if somebody would leave comments and say like, I'm a Gemini and oh my God, you were so right about the first few months of Gemini. But, well, you don't have to say it like that. It'll be a little bit quieter. But there's that way, and then you can always book private readings with me if you want. You can message me at the Facebook business page or direct message me on Instagram. I can answer any questions about that. I do private readings. They're payable via PayPal over Facebook video, or just I call you through Facebook. So you don't even have to give me your phone number if you don't want to. Okay? And I think that's it. Did I like the music that you shared with me? Allison Brown asks me. Hey, Lisa Vanderhelm. I know, I decided to get on at the last minute because it's a full moon, so I thought I'd just do full moon freebie just for fun of it. Allison Brown, which music did you share with me? Andrew says, I am a Gemini, and you were right. For the yearlies, Andrew? Or just for the monthlies? Because the yearlies, I don't know. Because those make me nervous because I predict 12 months in advance. So it's kind of like, and you're doing it for a whole group of whoever may watch over the next 12 months. So it's kind of broad messages. Lisa says the Scorpios were spot on for the year. Awesome. Lisa, Andrew's saying you happy Easter. Stick figure, Allison. What? You won money today, Lisa? Good for you. Over $333? Fierce. Congratulations. Karen, I'll be on again tomorrow night. Taurus, Heidi says Taurus was accurate too. Thank you, Heidi. So you guys, that's all over there too. If you guys subscribe, even if you watch on YouTube, if you watch on Facebook, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have a YouTube account. Subscriptions help me out greatly over there. So, even if you choose to continue to follow me on Facebook, that's fine. Just please go over and subscribe at my YouTube channel also. All right, you guys, I think I don't want to turn the camera back on me because I feel like I look gross with this thing on my eye, but whatever. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back on tomorrow night. It'll be the How I Can Help You hour. So I do, again, free card pulls. It won't be these decks, it'll be different decks. Well, you'll see some of these decks again. But that'll be probably about 6 o'clock my time on Central Standard. And then on Friday night will be Charming Night. If you haven't seen the charm video, you can look at my charm videos and see those charm readings and see if that would be something you'd be interested in. Those actually cost money. They're $25 each, but they're payable via PayPal. This is how I make my money. So, and private readings are always available. So, oh, hey, William McDonald. Hey, Christina Avalos. You're still waiting for your rich man you said you will get? Where are you, Christina? Are you in your house? Or are you out at a singles bar? Girl, you need to get out there. Do that hair, girl. You want that rich man? You got to do that hair. Oh, my eye looks so bad. Ouch. It doesn't even hurt. I'm just like... Andrew says says, glad you got your tired ass on live. I know, well, I had coffee. Now I probably won't sleep tonight. I'll be calling Andrew at 3 in the morning going, you fucking bitch. Look what you did to me. Either that or I'll have to go get naked under the full moon and do a ritual. Some interpretive dance. Allison Brown, why is your heart broken? I don't understand what's going on. Oh, tell Merrick he's cool too. Tell Merrick thank you. I know, I was putting warm washcloths on my eye. They gave me antibiotics for 5 days and eyeball drop antibiotics. And it got worse. Like, it feels like it's gotten redder. It's like, And so now I've got to go to the ophthalmologist. It's not, no bueno. I don't know. I know, I'm not drinking a Monster, I'm having coffee. Oh, you were drinking a Monster. Get naked. Ba-da-da-da. No! I can't! No! Go away! Go away! Go away! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! No. Talk about empath clothing, right? I can handle crowds! I can handle crowds! Alright. So, that's it for tonight, guys. Oh, Marie Oliveras, I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to sign off. I've been on for well over an hour. So, I'm getting ready to end. But tomorrow night, if you like the business page or follow me, tomorrow night I'll be back on and you'll get notified. But I am not doing, I'm wrapping it up for tonight, Marie. I'm sorry. Take it off. Take it off. No. I only take it off for a select few at this age. Now that I'm this old, it's only the nurses, and only if they have meds. If they have meds for me, if it's med time, I'll take it off. If it's sponge bath time, I'm probably gonna fight them. That's just how it is. You get unruly as you get older. There's one person I would take it off for right now. But that's it. And even then, I don't know if I would take it off for them. Because they make me nervous. Alright, that's the end of the night. I want you guys all to have a blessed full moon tonight. Have a really wonderful night. I hope that all your dreams come true. I hope that anything and everything that you wish for in this full moon comes to pass. Except for anything, if you're caught in your misery, I hope that you get free of that before you wish for anything in this full moon. Sometimes I just don't even wish for a damn thing because I'm like, forget it. I believe the universe knows what I need. I trust. Spirit will bring it to me. I try and do that, but I'm not always successful. So, and again, Kelly Talbot, thank you so much for these. These will be unboxed. These came off of the Amazon wish list. If you guys want to support me in that way, there's an Amazon wish list in the Facebook group and on the business page. I have decks that are on the wish list. You can purchase them via Amazon and have them mailed to me. And then I unbox them and use them in future readings. So Kelly Talbot sent me these. My birthday was March 1st. So not only was this a nice, kind gift of hers, but I also consider it a birthday gift. So, it does say happy birthday present. So thank you. But yeah, so thank you, Kelly, for these. These will be unboxed soon and be used. And let me tell you guys, these say zero filter, zero fucks, all fun. These are, I'm not going to coddle you guys. Once these bitches are out, it's going to be all about reading beads for filth. And once I get that Golden Girls deck, oof, girl. Alright, and I got to get the Sensual Goddess. I've got these were from Karen, from the wish list, the Sensual Goddess and the Sensual Wicca Tarot. I got to unbox these too. Me and Becky, we have ideas for unboxing these, but we're not sure, and they're adult material. So, but then I don't know that I'll use these. I'll use these in specific pick-up cards, but I'm not using these in free card pulls. Girl, I sense your tits are hanging out. All right, so I'm gonna go. I will see you guys. There's a Golden Girls deck, Andrew, on my it's called something on the lanai. There's also a RuPaul's Drag Race deck on my Amazon wish list that I'm waiting for somebody to send me. I just don't know if it's going to be good or not. But they have one that's being made in production called the Golden Girls Tarot. And I'm like, oh my god. So I put it on the wish list. So there's a bunch of cool shit on the wish list. I actually did put this one book, though, on there, the Lyceum Manual. It's $349. I only put it there so I could find it for later. I don't expect anybody to buy that for me. It's a spiritualist book. But it's an original from like the 1800s, and it's somehow on Amazon. And I would die to have it. But it's $349. But that's not, I don't expect a viewer to buy that for me. I just put it on my wish list because so I can go and find it, because I came across it. And I was like, how is this on here? So, but the card decks are there for you guys to, if you want, if you feel so inclined, support me in that way. Okay? So there's that. That's all the ways to be an athletic supporter. Or I wouldn't call myself athletic per se, but I just wanted to say athletic supporter. Thank you all for tuning in. You need to get Amazon? You do. And you need to get Netflix too, Andrew, because there's a lot of stuff I watch on Netflix and I wanted to call and talk to you about it, and you don't have any clue of what I'm saying. There's so many like really good shows on Netflix right now that I can't even chop it up with you and talk about. And I don't keep regular cable anymore. So I'm March 1st too, Karen. Yes, Golden Girls Tarot. It's on there. I'm serious. I can't believe you guys didn't know this. You look at my Amazon wish list. It's on there. There's also a RuPaul's Drag Race Tarot. That actually is available, I believe. The Golden Girls is still in production. It's something about like something from the Lanai. And I'm like, oh my god. So I think it's kind of cool. What are you guys saying? Kind of replying to Andrew. Kind of my thought, lol. My friend in Ohio has the... I'm like, oh no. Okay. You guys are talking about the Golden Girls. Alright, where's the box for the Moonology deck? That's what I don't know. It's like I'm brain dead. I swear to God. I've just been out of it all day today. It's gotta be this full moon. Oh, I put it back up on the shelf. I swear this full moon's knocking me on my ass. Like, I slept till 1 o'clock today. I mean, I got up, but then I went back to bed. Alright, you guys. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully, this will be a little less red. Alright. Have a good night, you guys, and thank you for everybody for tuning in. Alright? Bye. What are you doing, Bobby? What'd you hear?